Arsenal in worst shape ever ahead of the Premier League season after losing to Spurs by 1-0. Welcome to the Football News Top 10s and Lifestyle Zone. How are you guys? Where are you watching in from? I felt like I should do this because it's worrying. A team that was there ever since Arsene Wenger really came in at Arsenal in close to 1996. He really gave it a new look in there. It won Premier League. It played the Champions League final. They won the FA Cup. They won the UEFA Europa League. In there was it. I remember it was called the conference something in there. So to me, I think Arsenal has never looked bad as it's looking right now. That's something that I really want you guys to come upon and react to this video, because I've done it in reaction to that game that Arsenal has lost to a team which goes by the name of Tottenham Hotspur, and I'm going to relate it to all the pre-season games Arsenal has played and how they really behaved, and how it was when they played amateur sides and how it was when they played the mature sides or the big lads in there in the Premier League that really feel like they are the ones that are going to compete with the Premier League. So feel free to subscribe to this channel, and after subscribing, hit the notification bell. It will enable you get notified each and every time we upload a video. Now we get into this. Finally, Arsenal has lost its last game of the preseason. It has lost Tottenham Hotspur. It was the Mind series in there, and remember, Spurs first played a team which goes by the names of Chelsea and they drew 2-2 in there, and Arsenal first played a team which goes by the names of Chelsea also, and they lost to Chelsea by 2-1. Willock's goal being nullified out, though it crossed the line according to me in there. But all in all, the result still reads that Arsenal lost that game. That means Arsenal has lost its two last games when it's facing the big lads of the Premier League in there. So before we get into this and give you a big description of this, let me show you all the games that Arsenal has played in the preseason and how they performed. Arsenal first played Hibernian and they lost 2-1. They played Rangers and they lost 2-2. Remember these games, Hibernian, Rangers, Millwall, Watford, a full Arsenal side was not there, but they played Rangers 2-2 draw. Arsenal won Millwall by 4-1. Arsenal won Watford by 4-1. Arsenal lost to Chelsea by 2-1, and they've just lost to Tottenham Hotspur in there by 1-0 in there. Now, what does it show you? It shows you that Hibernian was a weaker side, but Arsenal lost to it. Rangers, for Hibernian and Rangers, I don't blame Arsenal and Arteta because it looks like his players were not fit and they are looking for fitness. But the game with Millwall, good one, they won 4-1, but that was a very boggy side in there. So I cannot really come out and praise Arsenal for hitting 4 goals past a team which goes by names of Millwall in there. 4-1, Watford, the same thing. That's what I really have about this team which goes by names of Arsenal. I think they would have performed better. They would have given him even 10 goals in there. 4-1, not a bad result. But after Millwall and playing a team which goes by names of Watford in there, I expected Arsenal to have really gained what we call full match fitness, and the players were at full length in there. And what we are expecting in these two games of Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur were just a good expression of a team which goes by names of Arsenal in there. But oh my, it turned out to be an Arsenal that we never really wanted to watch, all of us, because it's not convincing at all. Losing to Chelsea and losing to Tottenham Hotspur. Remember, you lost to Chelsea when close to 6 starters are out. Thiago Silva was not in, Azpilicueta was out, Ben Chilwell was out, Reece James was out, Mason Mount was out, N'Golo Kante was all right, Jorginho was out. 6 starters of Arsenal were out, and Arsenal lost to a team which goes by names of Chelsea. That means Arsenal couldn't beat a second string side of Chelsea. That is a worrying side. Yet Arsenal had only one player who was out, who goes by the names of Bukayo Saka, who returned and played today in the game of Tottenham Hotspur. That is something worrying, and Arsenal fans, you should worry about your season in here. Remember, 2 consecutive seasons in there, you are finishing 8th in there. And remember, I think you never finished 8th when Unai Emery was here. That means Arteta's job is in total jeopardy in there, according to me, because these are times when you should raise your bars so high in there. And Arsenal is starting the season with a team which goes by the name of Brentford in there, and Arsenal needs to get it to pull its strings up, because you never know. I saw Brentford play Manchester United, and they're really a very good side. They have the energy. They play at high intensity. They run on the field for 90 minutes. You get? They have strong players in there. They are good in the air. You get? They can cause your team a mistake or a player of your team a mistake, he throws the ball and then he will go and put that ball at the back of the net. So Arsenal really has lots of things to do because today is Sunday. Arsenal is just with just 4 days to play a team which goes by the names of Brentford, and they are playing away. And you know these teams, you see, the fans are back, you get. It has just been promoted to the Premier League. And you know what that means? If I told you an Arsenal fan, you know what that means? It means danger. So I think Arsenal is not in its right shape. When you look at the squad that Arteta brought in, let me show you the lineup of Arsenal. You might say that Rokani hates Arsenal or Arteta, but I'm just warning you ahead of this season that you might even experience the worst if at all. Arsenal doesn't bring in more signings in there. Leno is the first start of Arsenal. Hector Bellerin is going to be the right back of Arsenal, though he's being linked to a team which goes by the names of Inter Milan. Ben White and Pablo Mari looks to be the new centre-back partnership for Arsenal in there. These players never played a part in Arsenal's season, but it looks like Pablo Mari has played almost every game in the preseason and has been playing 90 minutes in there. And Ben White, ever since he came into the game of Chelsea and played the second half in there, and this half he has played very well and was taken off. Pablo Mari has been playing 90 minutes. That means the manager, who goes by names of Arteta, is preparing him to play for the Premier League. Another player that is missing out is Gabriel Magalhaes, and I think when Gabriel Magalhaes come in, maybe there will be competition between Pablo Mari and Gabriel Magalhaes. That means Rob Holding's time at Arsenal is really going to be limited in there. Kian Tierney, left full back of Arsenal, confirmed. He's that one. Nuno Tavares will just come in sometimes in there, though he came on into the second half. Grant Xhaka and Sami Lokonga in there are going to be the two midfield players to play for Arsenal in the start of the Premier League, because Thomas Partey is away. You never know, El Nino might come through. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Smith Rowe and Pepe, that's going to be the attacking side of Arsenal, apart from maybe I think Pepe. I think they can push Aubameyang to this centre forward role, and Pepe will play off the left, and Saka will come in and play off the right in the right wing. So that was the right Arsenal team in their world setup, but it couldn't beat a team which goes by names of Chelsea. It couldn't beat a team which goes by names of Tottenham Hotspur in there. So that is my worrying side. As Arsenal heads to the beginning of the Premier League, its form is too down. That's why I've told you that Arsenal in worst shape ever, because the other seasons Arsenal was playing pre-seasons and was winning, and Arsenal used to start on a very good note. You get, but I'm worried a team against Arsenal. I'm worried upon it in there, because to me I think they are not into the right shape of starting the Premier League, because they can't really compete at this level. The manager needs to do something different ahead of the season. 4 days left only for him to do all that difference in there for a team which goes by names of Arsenal, as they talk in a team which goes by names of Brentford in there. But when I watched a game of Tottenham Hotspur, I really saw that Arsenal's strength is always, you see, each and every team. You see, these teams, remember that Barcelona of Pep Guardiola, sorry about that. That Barcelona of Pep Guardiola, what made it different was that it used the central axis to make most of its attacks, or to launch most of its attacks. That Arsenal of Arsene Wenger, what made it deadly and lethal was its attacks were built into the central axis of the field. You get? That is being planned by a central attacking midfielder. You get? So when you look at Arsenal right now, they're lacking a central attacking midfielder, and Smith Rowe is not guaranteed to give you at least 30 pure games of the season. He will come in and give you some 10 games out of the 38, and if I told you how to compete for the Champions League positions, you don't need Smith Rowe in there. You need a player like Maddison in there. You get? Because Maddison is playing at a higher level, and yesterday he enabled his team to win against a team which goes by Man City, and they won that Community Shield. So Maddison has a winning mentality in him, and he needs a team like Arsenal that is going to come and give him a free roll, because when Maddison comes at Arsenal, he really do that. You get? I saw Pepe, I saw Aubameyang and Lacazette. That's why I fancy Arsenal to go in and bring in a player who goes by names of Lautaro Martinez. I don't really see anything in them. They are sleeping dogs. Aubameyang is a sleeping giant in there. He needs a very good player to come to compete with him and awaken him, because if that does not happen, it looks like he won't be here forever. He will be there and will sleep forever, and will be earning close to 37. He earns £375,000 a week. For him, he's in holiday. You get? So I think Arsenal needs to bring in a player who is going to awaken Aubameyang in there, because to me I think he is in holiday and he does not even need, he does not bother whether Arsenal is losing or winning, because if a player is bothering when a team is losing, you see his attitude in there. But the attitude of Arsenal players, especially a man who goes by the names of Aubameyang and Lacazette, their body language does not show that. It looks like they're okay with what is happening at Arsenal. Whether Arsenal wins or loses, they don't care. So to me, I think they need a player to really awaken them. That's why I really tell people that Arsenal needs 2 signings. If at all they can land in Maddison and Lautaro Martinez, that's going to be a very good season for Arsenal in there, because I looked at them today. They lack that link. And Thomas Partey, who would have given them some additions from the central midfield, he got an injury and is going to be away for the next 2 weeks in there, and we don't expect him. We expect him to play a game of Chelsea or Man City in there. And look at Arsenal's fixture in there. They might lose their first 3 games in there if at all Arsenal does not put back to a level where we expect it to be in here on Rokani, onto this channel, which goes by names of the sports channel, which goes by names of Arsenal. Now let me show you the statistics of the game, and you'll see yourself whether Arsenal is on point or not. And I'll later show you the team of Tottenham Hotspur that really caused Arsenal all this. After 90 minutes, Spurs had 12 shots, Arsenal had 11. Spurs had 2 shots on goal, whereby the one of which Song Heung-min went inside there. Shots on target, Arsenal had 2. Possession, Arsenal had 48. Spurs had 58. Passes, 51. Arsenal had 440. Passing accuracy, both teams had 87%. Fouls, Arsenal had 13 fouls, Spurs had 10. Yellow cards, Spurs had 3, Arsenal 2. Red card 0. 2 corners for Arsenal, 1 corner for a team which goes by the name of Tottenham Hotspur. 5 corners for a team which goes by names of 5 corners for a team which goes by the names of Spurs, and 5 for a team which goes by names of Arsenal. So when you look at that, Spurs possess the ball more than Arsenal. That is unbelievable, because Arsenal has better players than Spurs in there, you get, and we expect Arsenal to possess this ball more often. Though Nuno Espirito, the new manager of Tottenham Hotspur, is really a football possession coach in there. That's what he coaches best in there. When you look at the passes, Spurs had more passes than Arsenal. It shows you that Spurs was in lead of this game in there. That's why it ended that way in there. That's why even Arsenal has more fouls, 13, and Spurs has only 10. So this raises question back. This raises the eyebrows of people that support Arsenal. To me, I don't know what you guys think, but to me, I think Arsenal in worst shape ever ahead of the Premier League season. Go into the comment section and tell me what you think about this, because this is what I've really deprived out of these games. And if at all you think, you're asking yourself which side beat a team of Arsenal, this is the side. It had Hugo Lloris, Tananga, Sanchez, Dyer, Roglen, Skip and Hogberg into the central defensive midfield, down midfield pivot, Bergwijn, Dele Alli, Lucas Leiva, and Song Heung-min in there, and that is Spurs. And it was like that. They had no Harry Kane, who returned yesterday on training. So how are you going to compete with a team like Spurs that really has consistent players? Because Song Heung-min is consistent, Lucas Leiva is consistent, Dele Alli is expected to be consistent this season. We look at this back four, it's consistent there. So, and Sadio Ria really came through, and they're having a very good squad. I think Spurs have a better squad than Arsenal in there. So, if I told the people you're competing with, because Arsenal is competing with the following teams, because we are competing for the top 4 positions: Leicester City, Everton, West Ham, Spurs. Yeah, those four teams in there, Arsenal is competing that position with them. So how is Arsenal going to behave? Because these are teams you have to beat. You have to give a beating in there to compete with the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Man United, and Man City. Because Manchester United, Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea, those are the 4 teams predicted to be, or assumed, that are going to accomplish the season to the back four in there. You get? So to me, I think Arsenal should really work its space well, because all these teams have suited themselves. You see, Chelsea has brought in Lukaku, Man has brought in Sancho and Raphael Varane. Spurs has brought in Cristiano Romero and other 3 signings in there. Liverpool has brought in Konate, and they are looking for Saul Niguez. So Arsenal needs to strengthen itself before the start of the Premier League. Arteta, even the hashtag Arteta out is trending on Twitter. I'm going to react to that later in my next video. But that means Arsenal needs to do something different ahead of this season to see to it that they really don't end another season without playing European football in there. So that is the story I had all about. You have the right to go into the comment section and tell me what you think about Arsenal in worst shape ever as they start their season of 2021-2022 in there, as Arteta starts his full season at Arsenal, and it's really going to mean a lot whether he's going to get a sack or not, and how does that happen. The first 10 games of Arsenal are going to give Arteta a stay at Arsenal or a sack in there. Thank you guys for watching in. You can as well go into the comment section. Tell me what you think about this story of mine that I've given the headline that Arsenal in the worst shape ever as they all ahead of the season, their Premier League season of 2021-2022. Thank you guys for watching in. I'm out for now. See you later. And if I told you are new to this channel, subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Remember my name. This is Rokani David, the motto mouthed in there. Remember, before I jet out, I've based my argument onto this. That's where I've based my argument. That's where I've based my argument in there. Those games that Arsenal has played, those to Ibania 2-1, 2-2 with Rangers, Arsenal has only won 2 games, and those games were against Millwall and Watford. And you cannot really compare the Premier League level. They are not at the Premier League level in there. But when Arsenal played Chelsea, it lost, and Tottenham. That means when Arsenal played the teams of the Premier League, it couldn't really raise itself to the question to win. That's where I've based my argument on, and that's why I've told you that Arsenal in worst form and shape ever. I'm out for now. See you later. Your reaction is highly welcome onto this channel. I'm out for now. See you later. 5-finger salute to all those watching into this channel. This is Rokani David. I'm out. Bye-bye.